Hey there, kings, queens, and special beings. Happy Pride. Since it's Pride Month, I figured I might just touch on a topic that we see a lot, especially in animal shelters, one that's near and dear to our queer hearts. And that topic is AIDS. What is AIDS? Well, it stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. Now, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is what we call the condition when one has been infected with human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV. Now, did you know that cats also have their own form of AIDS? Their virus is similar to human immunodeficiency virus in that it's feline immunodeficiency virus, FIV. Now, HIV in humans, in the context of the queer community, is most often sexually transmitted. It's transmitted through bodily fluids. Fluids of the reproductive tract, urine, saliva, blood. You can get it from sharing needles. And blood transfusion from someone who is infected with HIV. It's similar with cats. Typically with a cat, it's transmitted through a bite or scratch from an infected cat. And much like HIV in humans, FIV in cats does, of course, wreck the immune system. To my knowledge, I am currently a veterinary technician or nurse. In some states might call it that, or countries, depending on where you live. And I have been for the last 6.5 years. Actually, be 7 in just a couple months. And to my knowledge, there has been no known cure or really even definitively effective treatment for feline immunodeficiency virus. Now, it's not the death sentence that it was in the past. Cats with FIV can live long, full lives, of course, with certain special considerations. For example, vaccinating them, you want to be careful not to use live viruses in vaccines for, say, panleukopenia, which is distemper. Now, that's a nasty respiratory virus that is transmitted through aerosolized respiratory secretions, mucus and saliva. And even 100% indoor cats can get it. You can track it in on your clothing, your shoes, if it's in the environment, or if an infected cat sneezes on a window screen and your cat sniffs that, they could become infected. So you want to be especially careful with FIV positive cats. They need to be exclusively 100% indoors. And in a multi-cat household, they can only be housed with other FIV positive cats. But that being said, generally it's safe to vaccinate them, especially rabies. Rabies is a killed virus, always. You don't use the live virus for rabies vaccines. You can run the risk of actually causing rabies, and there is no real cure for it. And it's almost always fatal. So, feline AIDS, feline immunodeficiency virus, FIV, it's not transmissible to humans. And cats cannot contract human immunodeficiency virus. But in a similar way that AIDS in humans really wrecks the immune system, you need to be very careful with your vaccinations, what you're exposed to, any ongoing diseases. For example, we've got a few going on right now, an out-of-season outbreak of flu, of course, what's been going on for the last 2 years, and now monkeypox. Things like that in humans can, of course, cause very serious disease for those with AIDS. In cats, you need to really consider feline distemper, calicivirus, chlamydia. Yes, cats can get chlamydia. Again, it's generally not sexually transmitted in cats. And let's see, what else do we generally vaccinate cats for? Typically, we wouldn't vaccinate an indoor cat for feline leukemia virus. And recent vaccine technologies in veterinary medicine have made vaccines extremely safe, especially for our FIV positive kitty cats. As far as in human medicine, I'm not at liberty to say. That is not my wheelhouse. So I just thought it would be an interesting tangent for you kitty cat lovers out there in our queer community. My heart goes out to you. Of course, you know, I have Skittles, and I had Nigel, and I've had other kitty cats in the past, and of course I adore my boss's 8 kiddos. Yeah, basically that's it. I just, you know, Pride Month, and, I mean, you know the vibe. So, yeah, if you do have an FIV positive cat, just, you know, a few tips. Keep them exclusively indoors. If you want to get another kitty, make sure it's FIV positive as well. They can live full, long, happy, healthy lives with their special care. You don't really, depending on the certain sensitivities that your kitty cat might have, diet generally doesn't affect them, unless, of course, it's been contaminated with, let's say, E. coli or salmonella. Of course, even in a healthy animal, that can cause them to become really sick. And, you know, same thing in humans. So, I would say in FIV positive cats, avoid a raw diet. And I would also say don't give them home cooked meals. Unless, of course, you have explicit advice and direction from a veterinary nutritionist, a certified, licensed veterinary nutritionist. Don't trust what the internet says. You can literally put anything on there, and people would sometimes take it as fact. So, yeah, so happy Pride, everyone. And remember, Pride is not just for the month. Pride is forever. We are always going to be here. We are always going to be queer. And we are always going to keep fighting until we have our equality and our acceptance in this world, what we deserve. Because we're human just like everyone else. And we deserve to be treated that way. Love you all, and I hope that this has inspired you to maybe take in an FIV positive kitty cat, knowing that it's not going to necessarily be a short time you spend together. I've met several FIV positive cats who are perfectly normal, other than that they are FIV positive. And they are just as deserving as love of... Sorry, I had a long day today. They're just as deserving of love and affection as any other kitty cat, just as we are deserving of love, acceptance, and affection as any other person. Anyways, stay gay, everyone. Take care of yourselves. And make sure that the world knows we will keep fighting until we are treated as equals. I love you guys. Take care.